See it.
Oh, man, that's funny, right? What do you think, chat? What do you think, chat? Should he call the arbiter? Jan is vibing too hard. Okay, can you stop his vibe? Thank you.
I'm going to say it, in a classical game, in a tournament, OTB tournament, if this happens in your opponent, you do feel that it's affecting you, you can do it.
Yeah, OTB classical, that's correct. That is different. They can't stop you from like twirling the pawn in front of their face or opening the wrapper right at the board when you're trying to eat your food. This is just chess etiquette.
Ooh, gives a check. So forcing the queen to fall back, and now will Jan just grab the f2 pawn? He does it, attacking that knight. Magnus trades that sniper.
So you take
level material, but whose king is weaker? Both kings are
quite weak.
Bit of discomfort, yeah.
Well, you can move the knight right now because there's a. Oh, I guess you could go rook d1, queen f4, went back. There's a rook e1, fancy, but he just steps up.
Threats on the board as well. Queen f6 check at the right moment. Looks like a scary check.
96, there's queen e5. Oof.
What's going on, David, here?
Yeah, despite the level material, I don't think a draw is the most likely here. It feels like someone is going to give checkmate or win material, or in an endgame. Black is actually better because of the pawn structure. Black has a 2 versus 1 majority on the king side, and that black h-pawn is a runner, and knight's notoriously bad at stopping passed pawns. Okay, Jan trying to trade off the rooks, but it looks like a mistake. The eval bar rises. Magnus can keep the rooks on the back rank, black's back rank.
Oh,
look at that, blue arrow appears. The black knight, they say there's no mate, but maybe it is checkmate.
Did someone say that in the studio? Knights on f8?
Knight on
David,
f8.
what was it? Remind me.
I can't remember.
Knight on f8, there is no mate.
He's going to play it.
He finds it. Of course, he dashes off the board, and the rook and the queen combine to create an attack. How do you defend it? Rook f6? What are the tactics?
Yeah, it walks into a pin, Tanya, so I think rook f6, white can actually abandon his knight. This knight is doomed, but the white queen will slide in. Let's show this on the board. Rook f6, queen to e5. This is a pin. The white pawn will win this rook for Magnus. So this is a killer tactic, potentially. Look at the eval bar.
Oof.
Off the scales. I think Jan was relying on this trick, rook f6, winning the white knight. He thought he was skewering white's pieces, but walking into a pin himself.
What is the move?
Exactly, right? If rook f6 loses on the spot because of the pin, how do you defend that knight? You've got to fall back with your queen to a less active square. He finds it, queen c5. Probably the only move that keeps the game alive.
Yeah, the only move to defend everything. For now, black's got the 7th rank covered, but a shake of the head from Jan Nepomniachtchi now. At least a queen check can be blocked on the 7th rank. The black piece is now huddled together, defending. But white is so active. The white knight can start coming to d4. That looks like the most natural move to my eyes. He goes pawn hunting Magnus Carlsen. Another very strong move, trying to get to the 7th rank. This looks fantastic for white.
Yeah, this looks super scary. You've got control of the 8th rank and the 7th rank, and the queen comes back to defend, also lining up with the rook. At least it looks like you managed to consolidate the position, and the blue arrow tells us, well, Magnus Carlsen find the best move. Of course he does.
Of course, right? Of course. What day is it, right? G5. Yeah, that's a great move. And look at the knight, is the disgusting piece on f8. This is so nasty there. You can't play rook f6 anymore. The knight, d7 is not happening.
Knight on f8, not going on any date.
Knight on f8 is not great.
It's not black's mate.
In the meantime, Wesley So profited from some mistakes from Alireza Firouzja to win in the endgame, gobbling up some pawns. Wesley takes the lead in that match. And Vasily Grov on the brink of victory against Levon Aronian. I wonder whether we jump over there.
Which means Levon again on a must-win game 2. Not going to be easy. How easy is this for Jan to defend?
It's horrible. I think he's going to have to defend for a very long time if he's going to save this game. But he's been doing a good job, I would say, Tanya. He's at least curled up into a ball here. And this is a nice defensive formation. It's hard for the white knight to get active. That's the main problem for Magnus right now.
Also the time. I mean, this is a time scramble. Anything can and will happen right now. Yeah. So this is a great... And also, Magnus's pieces aren't as coordinated as they were the last few moves. So, like you mentioned, the knight can't really move too many squares. The rook is on b8, doing a great job, but it is by itself. Hence, he did attack at queen c7, attacking the rook now.
And Magnus has to go for the kill in the middle game, right? In an end game, we see that Jan has got this 3 versus 4, handling the 4 pawns on the left side, and actually has the majority that can be made into a passed pawn on the right side of the board. So it's all about trying to get to Jan's king right now. And look at that, Magnus with power piece play centralizes the queen. And our computer points out that rook e3. David, you love it.
Ooh, that's a very clever move because it gets the queens off by force. You attack the white knight, you would have opened up the tension with the queens.
Is there
and now
95? Check. No.
double question mark.
Double.
Can the white knight jump in?
Here we go.
He reaches out for the rook.
Ooh, still looks very good for white. Jan struggling to defend here. He's so passive. Yes, he's held everything together for now, but passive pieces normally end up being clumsy, and it's all about the 7th rank.
There's something here. There's something here. What did he play? Queen d6. He's getting closer.
The pressure on. That knight is coming to e5. Knight e5 would be a massive move right now.
Look at Wesley. Look at Wesley's face.
Wesley in the background with the smile.
Knight e5 is a big threat. The knight jumping on. There are a million pins on the 7th rank. How does Jan take care? And now he realizes it. It's not an easy move to deal with.
Maybe king
5
f8.
seconds.
King f8.
Make
only
a move.
King f8. Only move.
That was panic.
It's only move. It's 95. Now at least I'm defending everything for a move.
Takes knight. Free piece.
Knight. Yeah, and there it is.
Magnus wins.
Nice. Man, what a game. Look at Magnus's face.
Unstoppable Magnus. It gets the first win against Jan. But this was a complicated fight. Could have gone either way. But then Magnus finding his momentum, turning it around, putting the pressure on, gets the job done.
Of course, as he always does. I mean, Magnus gets it done again. I get the black pieces here, play solid, and, try to win the
James, there's a reason why they say when Magnus plays a tournament, it's a race for the 2nd place.
Look at that shrug of the shoulders and a march out of the arena.